Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the Vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. We'll get started in a minute, but first, coffee. Nice. Very nice. This is a gift from Justin. This was from Rise Up Coffee Roasters. This is Honduras, Sumatra, and Guatemala. And they're from Easton, Maryland. Justin is from Maryland. Grown by friends, roasted by friends, enjoyed by friends. Nice. Very good. Thank you, Justin. That will go with the Drew Estate cigar that you got for me. I will be enjoying that. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. Let's get started. In 1922, actor Max Schreck, relaxing in between scenes during the filming of Nosferatu, Schreck reportedly stayed in character at all times, even when cameras weren't rolling. The cast and crew never saw him out of full makeup and costume. His appearance and behavior led to wild rumors that Schreck actually was a vampire. And there's a photo of him sitting in a corner. Check out my Twitter. I posted that this morning. If this photo is indicative of Schreck's demeanor around the set, the crew's wariness was entirely understandable. Literally, when the director said, "Okay, cut, break for lunch," people went and had lunch, socialized, talked. He stayed in the corner in makeup, in Nosferatu attire, with the long nails, and ate his lunch like this. And people were looking at him thinking, why doesn't he join us? Maybe he is a vampire. That's what I call method acting, where you become the character. No one can tell the difference between what you are portraying and you. You are that person. You are that character. What if you portrayed an unstuck person? Then people wouldn't know the difference. And they would think, what if he or she really was unstuck? What if they really are everything that they say they are and started treating you that way? You ain't got to be so bad. You ain't got to be so cold. This dog-eat-dog existence sure is getting old. Got to have a Jones for this and a Jones for that. His running with the Joneses, boy, just ain't where it's at. Boz Scaggs, 1976. Masculine Geek last night was good. It was a 2-hour broadcast. You want to check out the YouTube channel Masculine Geek. I was a guest on there with TJ, Rob, and Vince. I think you'll really like it. I felt at home there. We talked typewriters, fountain pens, things of old. If you like that kind of discussion between men, you would enjoy Masculine Geek. Subscribe to their channel. I'm a big fan of them. I hate it when talk radio hosts suddenly are not on the air anymore. And then you hear, well, they parted on good terms. There's a gentleman on in Philadelphia who I thought was very good in the mornings named Chris Stigall. Just wasn't on yesterday morning. Just poof, gone. It might have been a resign or get fired situation, or we don't know. but no one's talking at this point except they parted on good terms. Bullshit. The truth will come out. I hate it when radio stations play chess in the same way. And these are media corporations. They play chess the same way you would play chess. They just move pawns around. Drives me crazy when you get used to somebody like that. What if, somebody else was doing the Daybreak show? You might like it, you might not. What if just one day I wasn't here and it was someone else stirring their coffee with chopsticks, using the vortex method? It wouldn't seem the same, would it? A boy who has trouble focusing in school is mentally disordered and gets a team of psychologists and a string of parent-teacher meetings. A boy who thinks he's a girl isn't mentally disordered. He and his parents are called brave. Yep, that's where we are at now in society. Welcome to America in 2019. Many women volunteer to feed the hungry. You guys have seen that. But they charge to feed the thirsty. Let that sink in. Netas ira sabrak. Tonight, 8 o'clock, I will be on the Patriarch Show with Hunter Drew, Tanner Guzzi, and some others. 9 o'clock tonight, I will be releasing the documentary called The Collectors at 9. So from 8 to 9 on the Patriarch on Red Man Group. And then 9 o'clock back at this channel here to release The Collectors live. And then tomorrow night, Friday night, 50 Things You Will Feel After a Breakup or Divorce and What You Can Do About It, Part 2. That'll be live. Why Friday night? Because Friday and Saturday nights are the hardest for people who've gone through a breakup or divorce. Women will still leave an alpha. Being an alpha does not prevent a woman from leaving you, but I'll tell you what, it comes in pretty darn handy after the fact, though. The way an alpha handles pain and grief and shock and surprise is different than the lesser man. And I'm going to make a concerted effort to be using less and less of the language, the alpha, the beta, the red pill, the blue pill. I understand all that, so do you. But it's something that I'm not talking about anymore. Do I still believe in it? Yes, I do. It's powerful. It changes lives. But it's like the Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. When someone brags about their hard-to-swallow truths, you can bet they probably did some swallowing themselves at one point. Editing a documentary that you shot is like amputating limbs off your children. Taking 7 hours of video and cutting it down to 45 to 60 minutes is a challenge. You don't want to lose the money shots, the poignant shots. Me as a car, restored to near original condition, all OEM parts, drives well, good mileage, paint job is original, one accident and a couple fender benders, cruise control works great, classic lines, comfortable, not a looker, but reliable. Describe yourself in car language and put it in the comments section. What I look for in a car now, 2 things, comfort and 2, low noise level. Those are the 2 most important things for me. The transgender world, I think, will fuck up the Olympics. This is my opinion. Another grand institution that's lost its identity through liberal dogma and the PC culture. Can you name other glorious institutions where that happened? Put in your comments down below. Does anyone else get excited when they hear about daily use cars with high miles? Example, a subscriber of mine is a mechanic who also has an auto restoration business. He swears by Toyota. He has 2 Toyotas with 270,000 miles on them and says, I never had a problem with them. They run like new. I saw a Toyota Tundra yesterday with 430,000 miles on it. Ran fine. And then let's read a couple letters. I'm writing to you from Kingston, Ontario, Canada. Christian immigrant from Egypt. For reasons only God knows, I didn't live with my living parents. I was brought up by my grandparents. My childhood and teen years were rough. I was told I will never amount to anything. Through movies and reading, I fell in love with the United States, so I taught myself English and made it to Canada 7 years ago. Sadly, not to the U.S. I still love this nation to death. Came across your work as I'm on a journey to discover my manhood, and people like you guide me to be the man that I should be, and I thank you. I have made a lot of progress from a timid, hopeless boy to an outgoing, somehow strong man, still working on my freedom in my career and love life. To keep it short, can I write you again? Yes, sir, you can. P.S. I attached a photo of the things that I love, the Stars and Stripes, my firearm, pipe, and coffee. Well, sir, I will toast you this morning with my coffee for the hard work that you have done. Your future is very bright. You have yet to see what this world has in store for you, and I'm excited about it. You've overcome a lot. And just hearing this brief story and looking at your headline says, to the father I never had. I'm proud to be the father that you never had. And proud to have you be the son that is amongst many other sons. So here's to you, my friend. All right, I have a iPad, and I just got this from K&M. You know K&M stands? It's a German company. And this is a swivel for an iPad. It's a holder. And then it has this swivel, which this screws onto a microphone stand. And I have 2 or 3 microphone stands from my past. And I will be doing some shows, and the live shows from the iPad rather than the phone. And then this is adjustable, and I'm probably going to use the microphone stand that has the arm on it. So that will extend out the actual tripod itself will be maybe 3 feet away from me with the arm extending, and then this will be attached to the end of the microphone stand. It screws on. I'm looking forward to it. This is solid as heck. I'll put a link for it down below if you have an iPad. This really is an amazing holder. I mean, it is solid in there. I was really worried about the durability of this thing. It's German made. It's engineered perfect. It's really, when it comes to being able to hold an iPad and put it on a tripod or a microphone stand, there's many mounting systems. I got the one that mounts it on the microphone stand. But you want to check out K&M stands. Out of this world. Out of this world. And then let's read something from George Washington, the country's first president. We ought not to look back unless it is to derive useful lessons from past errors and for the purpose of profiting by dear-bought experience. Government being, among other purposes, instituted to protect the persons and consciences of men from oppression, it certainly is the duty of rulers not only to abstain from it themselves, but according to their stations, prevent it in others. Government was created to protect people from oppression, not meant to oppress people. When governments are around too long and get a little bit too fat, they start oppressing people. How do we know that? Right now, those of you that pay taxes, you're feeling a little bit of pressure from our government. And a lot of that pressure is fear, that you better do this or you can get locked up or they'll take your stuff from you. What do you really own in this world? What do you really own? You pay taxes on almost everything, which means you're just renting the things that you think are yours. I was summoned by my country, whose voice I can never hear, but with veneration and love. There is no restraining men's tongues or pens when charged with a little vanity. I'll say that again. There is no restraining tongues or pens when charged with a little vanity. Charge your pens up. I'll see you tomorrow. Finish your coffee.